it's Alex from LaughingPlace.com here today with a look at the Barbie Signature collection for Disney's The Nutcracker and the Four Realms. The film comes to theaters on November 2nd, and these dolls are starting to appear in some online shops as well as some brick and mortar stores. There are 4 dolls in the collection, and we're going to be going through all 4. We have the Ballerina of the Four Realms, who's played by Misty Copeland. There are 2 dolls for Clara, who's played by Mackenzie Foy. We'll go through both of those. And then underneath this plum-colored case is the Sugar Plum Fairy, played by Kiera Nightly. And as you can kind of see already, this is the more deluxe of the dolls, so we'll be saving this one for last. And we will start with the Clara doll, since it's the main character, and possibly the one that you came to see. There are 2 of her. This is Clara as you see her in the beginning of the film. She's in her, her winter dress for the party at Dawson-Meyer's house. He gives her a key, which is attached to her neck, and then she's in this very glittery gown, but this one has kind of an interactive feature, which is advertised up here. When you press the key, her dress lights up, and it kind of goes in and out and flickers, and it stays on for a little bit. There's no sounds with it, but for this reason, some fans of Barbie Signature Collection have been a little more critical, calling this a Playline piece. In terms of price point, this one is a little more in line with Playline as well. It does have the Barbie Signature branding, so I guess you can sort of treat this as a dual item. You can collect it, keep it mint in the box, you can open it up. This one would be fine probably for play for kids. And then this is Clara in more of her active form in the film. So she's in her army uniform. They call it a soldier uniform. And so she looks a lot more like the Nutcracker, dressed like this. And I do love some of the details on that costume. The backs of the boxes, this is kind of interesting. This one, the side is clear, so you can kind of get a better detail. The back of the boxes are all fairly standard with their design, and that's true even of the Sugar Plum Fairy underneath the casing. But the other ones, with the exception of the light-up doll, all have a side where you can't see in. So they're completely encased by the artwork, whereas this one is open on the sides. Here are the 2 Clara dolls out of the box. All of the dolls in this series are going to come with certificates of authenticity that look just like this. Now these you'll find on the back side of the packaging, basically just behind the back part of the box. And the boxes themselves are actually very easy to put back together. So you pop off the top. This one, the one that came with the Soldier Clara doll, and the one that's just like the Ballerina, the Four Realms box, was much easier to slide out than the play piece with the light up, because this box has these little pegs on the sides that you have to pop out in order to slide everything up. You also had to open the bottom of the box and undo some tape in order to slide the whole piece out of there. But if you're interested in opening these, displaying them, or playing with them, and then putting them back in the box and saving them again for next year, you can absolutely do that. It's not that hard. Now, they both come with doll stands. It's much easier to see on the soldier figure, since her skirt doesn't go all the way to the floor. She does have boots. Let me put them up against the blue so you can see those a little better. But the stand clips into one of the 2 legs on the inside, so they conveniently rest in there, and then it's much easier to hold them. Her hat on this one, it is a lot of plastic. It's pretty big, and it did come with a rubber band that supports it, that goes from her ponytail down here to kind of keep it locked in place. I chose to leave that on just so there's no risk of losing the hat. Her key is very tiny, very delicate. That's probably the first thing that you would be at risk of losing, so you'll definitely want to be careful with her. But let's take her off the stand real quick, take a closer look. The arms and legs are articulated, so you can bend those and all that. Now on the skirt itself, this is a little bit of a disappointment. This is printed on and not embroidered. It does have these nice metallic pieces on the top part, so that is quite nice. These are plastic for the, whatever you call those things that Prince Charming has. But overall, this is a really great doll. I think this is my favorite of the 2 Clara dolls, just because it's kind of a more iconic and nutcrackery look. Now, the light-up one, you can do that anytime by pressing that button there. She comes with the egg that the key is supposed to go into. And one of the issues with the egg is that her hands can't actually hold it on their own. So it came with this plastic piece that they're set in, and those are rubber banded to her hands. I tried to take them out and ended up putting them right back. This is the best way if you're going to be displaying her. One of the things that you actually couldn't really see in the box is that the back of her cowl goes up pretty big. It was actually folded over underneath so that they could pin her hair around in the box. So yeah, I had to unfold that to get it there. But that's a nice piece that you wouldn't actually notice is there unless you took it out of the box. And then she came with her own instruction booklet. And this was interesting, is that the battery pack is inside the doll, and the wiring comes out the back of her. And so when it eventually comes time to changing her batteries, you kind of open up the back, and those go in the back of the doll itself, not in the dress. So you would never be able to change the clothes on this doll. She is stuck in this dress forever because of that, that light up piece that connects through the doll into the dress. Here is the Ballerina of the Four Realms. Now this one is absolutely stunning outside of the box. The feet on this one are pointed down. You can't articulate those. The legs are otherwise very articulated, but the actual feet themselves are constantly on the tiptoes, which is really lovely. The shoes are really neat. They were a little hard to get out of the box, but beautiful doll. The obviously lots of tulle down here, but the top part of the dress is kind of a velvety material, and then excellent detail on the face. The makeup is really spectacular on this one, or painting since they're not using makeup. And then backside is a little more plain. So most of the detail off this one you can see in the box, but she's still nonetheless a stunning doll. The hair is really spectacular on this one as well. And her base is different from the others. So this one does not clip on the leg. It actually, you have to like seat her in this, and it kind of clamps in around the in between her leg parts. And so that makes it pretty sturdy on the base, and she'll be able to stand on her tiptoes, whereas the other dolls are able to be flat-footed on their base by just clipping it to the leg. And now for the big reveal, the Sugar Plum Fairy. So this is the outside of the box, and the rest of it is just plain plum color. But then this slides off to reveal Kiera Nightly as the Sugar Plum Fairy. And then this doll, obviously, is the most expensive of the bunch. This one's priced at, I think, $100 a piece. This is the only one that claims to be truly limited in its scope as well. So on the back, it has this sticker that lets you know that there's not going to be more than 20,000 of this doll made. It's not that limited of a number, but the other ones, there could be, you know, 40, 50,000. This one, there's only going to be 20. So if you want her, she's going to be a little bit more rare. Here is the Sugar Plum Fairy out of the box, Kiera Nightly. You might be asking yourself, why is this a $100 doll? Why is this more deluxe than the other ones? And I think probably the biggest reason is her skirt, which is 360 degrees of this layered material, which is really, really interesting. Kind of reminds me in some ways of one of the Wrinkle in Time dolls that Mattel did last spring when the Wrinkle in Time film came out. It's really cool on that skirt material. It's very crinkly, whatever. I don't know if that's a word. But that is neat. The bodice here is also quite detailed. Now the wings, I don't know how well you can see this detail, but these have kind of a veiny effect in them. So when you're looking at them with light shining through, it's really dazzling. I don't think even the video does it justice. Certainly seeing it in the box isn't going to let you see all of that detail. Now the cowl on this doll is plastic, but it is attached to the dress, so it doesn't actually come off. You can take it off the neck, but it is attached to the dress, so you wouldn't be able to lose that or remove it. And then the hair on this doll is really interesting. Almost looks like a wisp of cotton candy, the way that they've styled that. So that's really unique. These are all four of the Barbie Signature collection for Disney's The Nutcracker and the Four Realms in theaters November 2nd. You can find these dolls online and in stores starting now. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye.